Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to design the basic sleeve in 3 simple ways. I want to give a big shout to my subscribers, and please, if you've not done so, to subscribe. Try and do so, as our family is growing every single day. We are currently at 800 subscribers, and in less than no time I know we'll get to 1000. So please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you. Just like I said earlier, we are going to be learning how to design the sleeve in 3 simple ways: by lowering the crown, raising the crown of the sleeves, and by adding width. So we'll be starting by lowering the sleeve crown. You may decide to lower the crown of your sleeves either for fashion or for a particular style. I started out by tracing the basic sleeves on another piece of paper, just as you can see, but I left allowance at the sides. This is because as a result of lowering the sleeve, there's going to be a loss in the sleeve height, and we are going to be using part of the allowance we've left at the side to compensate this loss in height. What I'll be doing next is to draw out the lines just like I have on the sleeves I drafted. I'm just noting those points, and using my ruler I'll make them into straight lines. You can use any sleeve block for this project, but for the purpose of this tutorial I'm using the basic sleeve bodies by Natalie Bray. If you don't know how to go about this, check the previous video on my channel and you'll learn how to draft the sleeves perfectly. After ruling out my lines, I went ahead to label it. Now I'm going to draw in the depth of my crown. Remember, the depth of my crown was 13 cm. Whatever you are working with, just impute and draw a straight line, just like I'm doing right now. You want to start lowering the sleeve crown by reducing the middle part of the crown, just like I'm doing right now. Now you can reduce this part by 1 cm to 2.5 cm, meaning that you can reduce this point by either 1 cm, 1.5 cm, 2 cm or 2.5 cm. The choice is yours. For the purpose of this video, I came down from that top point by 2 cm, and I've gone ahead to mark just as you can see. At point B, just as you've seen on the screen, I came down by 0.5 cm, and I did same for point F. I still came down by 0.5 cm as well. Using my curve ruler, I'm going to be joining the new points I marked, just the way you can see right now. You want to make sure to place your curve the right way before doing this. I'm using my pen to shade that point above the new curve, just to show you that it's going to be cut out. But before cutting it out, you are going to use your tape to measure both the new and the old curve. Please, while taking these measurements, make sure not to include the allowance part. The measurements round that first cap was 45 cm, while the one that is reduced right now is 43 cm, meaning that the difference between these two measurements is 2 cm. I'll be replacing the 2 cm that is lost by dividing it into 2 to give me 1 cm, and I'll add 1 cm on each side. Just as you can see, I'll mark it down, and when I'm done I'll join this using a ruler. Using the scissors, we are going to be cutting out the excess that we have now left. Just look at the way I'm doing right now, and you'll be doing this the same way. And that is it for the first method of designing a sleeve. In this second method, we are going to be raising the crown of the sleeve. So I'm starting by tracing the basic sleeve pattern on another paper, and I'll be allowing allowance at the top so that I'll be able to raise the crown. To obtain a sleeve that stands up or stands away from the shoulder and arm, the crown should be raised by at least 2 to 4 cm. You can do 2 cm, 3 cm or 4 cm. You can raise it even more than the 4 cm, but these sleeves belong to the leg of mouton sleeves, and we are going to be drafting it sometime in the future, but for the purpose of this tutorial we just want something simple. The left room at the top, just like you can see, and I've gone ahead to extend the center line, the B and F lines also. At that middle point, I raised the crown by 4 cm, so the sleeve crown is now 4 cm longer, and I'll divide the 4 cm by 2 and mark it at point B. And at point F, you are going to mark points B minus 0.5 cm. So 2.5 cm minus 0.5 cm gave 1.5, and that was what I marked at F. And using my curved ruler once again, I'm going to align it well and then draw a new curve. At this point, I'm just shading that part I added. The shaded part just shows that the crown of the sleeves has been increased, so you don't need to cut it out like we did for the other parts. You are going to be measuring round the curve of the sleeve just like we did when lowering the crown of the other sleeves, and you are going to know the difference between these two. Now the extra width can be managed while sewing by using either gathers or pleats, so just take note of that value and mark it out as pleats or gathers for your project. When we are done with this, we are going to be cutting it out, and the sleeve is ready for use at any time you want to use it. For the last sleeve design, we are going to be adding width. Now the width we are going to be adding is going to be on the lower part of the sleeves. You can decide to add on the lower or the upper part of the sleeves. So I've gone ahead to trace my basic sleeves just the way it is without any form of allowance on another piece of paper. And just like I folded while drafting the basic sleeve, you fold into 2 first and then fold into 4, just the way I'm doing. Please look at the screen and you understand it perfectly. After this step, you want to rule out your guidelines using paper and marker. I'm covering the lower part just like I did while drafting the basic sleeve. If you want to know how I went about this, please watch the tutorial on how to draft the basic sleeve, which is already up on the channel. Sometimes you may be wondering why your dresses do not look like the ready-made dresses in quotes. There are just simple tips and tricks that are used every here and there to have those effects, so please take note of that. You are going to start by slashing from the bottom right through the top of all the guidelines we have created. Do not cut it throughout, just make it a little bit towards the edge. Fold the paper that is about 2 times wider than the paper you just used for the drafting. Draw a straight line at the center so that you will align the center of the sleeve to that mark. When you are done, you'll be pinning down the center to the second layer of the paper. Please make sure the 2 centers align, and this is very important. When you are done pinning down, start opening up at the edges. I'm just marking 2 cm and pinning down that part, as you can see right now. But for the back, I'm going to open it up to be a bit wider, about 4 cm, so that we'll have that fullness at the back. When I'm done, I'm going to pin it down just as you can see, and I'll continue that way for the front. I'm just marking 2 cm also and pinning it down on my fabric, on the paper rather. Just take it easy and gently, because if you go too hard, the paper might rip off. When you are sure that you've pinned on the paper accurately, go ahead and trace out the whole sleeve just like I'm doing right now on the screen. Fold a curve at that edge and then trace it all the way to the sides, to the sleeve cap and all that. When you are done, you are going to cut this out. And that is it, guys. I went ahead to cut this off camera and I'm going to be using it for my next project, so please stay tuned. And that was how to design the basic sleeve in 3 simple methods. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.